topic was looking at communities, like how does your community protect you and the security systems that your communities use to protect everyone in the community. In our initial research, it was really difficult to find anything. I think we went back to like 1800s. We're like, what are people using? And there's nothing that's really advertised. So we had to look more into like gated communities and what those people were doing. And then in looking at that, it was easier for us to see like what actually trickled out and what we used in our actual cities. So we found 3 different categories, which actually it's 4 now. Changes. Obstacles, surveillance methods, and the 4th one is communications. So obstacles, I think this one was really obvious. The first thing that comes to mind for me is like thinking about like the Berlin Wall, like these gates and these fences that people put up to protect people. One one I thought was interesting was landscape. I was surprised about how many people actually use like their environment and their landscape to deter crime and from happening like in their communities.
And even just the upkeep of landscape is really kind of showing the status of the home and everything.
Next was surveillance. This seemed to be the most prominent, where the most technology is. The street lights here in Chicago, the blue lights, I think everybody's seen those. That's kind of a way that we believe that the police are actually surveilling crime. Notification systems. This happens more in the gated communities with like lights and sensors and things kind of going off and letting people know that something is actually happening. Alarms, and then services. There's tons of services out there for anyone to use inside of a gated community and outside. But there's nothing that, besides for the police, there's no really surveillance that our community uses that really connects everybody to help. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then you have guards, public, private, as well as police. Last, we have methods in communications.
That's a little bit, but we looked at certain methods, and this is a lot of what we found incorporating community, like neighborhood watch, which is generally dependent on the community individuals organizing themselves and really focusing a lot on individual personal responsibility. Structure really would come from, or does come from, like I think it was the sheriff's organization. It's interesting, but it's given to the neighborhood as that structure, but it's very much dependent on the neighborhood, the individuals acting on it. And the Citizen Corps was something that was started after 9/11. That was more along the homeland security kind of idea, and also preparing for like natural disasters and those kind of things. But
so they're like 2 separate.
They're 2 separate
groups that
things.
would be
Right. But they're both, again, like it's really heavily dependent on individuals taking personal responsibility, making the meetings, and doing everything. And then an example in Chicago, kind of the police involving the community is the HAPS program, and which is, I have this right here, community alternative policing system. I think that's what it is. I remember this right, but it's where the police really involve the community